After finding out that Canelo Alvarez doesn't think that Terence Crawford has beaten anyone good, Terence has answered Canelo's comments. The possible fight between the two super fighters has already drawn in a number of predictions, and the pros are seeing both men as a problem for each other. Oscar de la Hoya stated, Terence Crawford will beat Canelo anytime. As I've said before, the big, talented man will always be the small, skilled fighter, but Terence Crawford is not small. Terence Crawford is a big guy. He can walk around at 168 if he wants to. If this fight is made at 164, Terence Crawford all day based on skill set alone. Terence Crawford is a master, and he will make Canelo look like a child. That's just my fighting experience. Do I want Canelo to win? Yes, but from a skilled fighter's view, Crawford will beat him in a masterclass any day. Even Shocker Stevenson thinks that Terence would come out on top even after going up in weight. Shocker claimed that Canelo is bad. He's the second best boxer in boxing to me. Bud is the best fighter in boxing if Canelo is at his weight. I'm telling y'all now that Bud would be Canelo. Canelo was really nice. He's a really good fighter. I just feel like technically, if he were in the ring with Bud, I think Bud would outbox him. The best chance that Canelo has is a puncher's chance to try to knock Bud out. Other than that, I feel like Bud is the better boxer. It seems like no matter what opponent is brought up to Terence, people think that Crawford can handle it. This includes Floyd Mayweather, as Shane Mosley talked about the dream fight. Shane stated Crawford hits hard. Crawford is very strong. He has big arms. Southpaw is right-handed, and he's coming to get you. I could see Mayweather outboxing him, but I can also see Crawford catching him with one of those funny uppercuts. Better yet, Carl Frampton thinks that Terence has taken the label of fighter of this age. Carl stated, there's a big statement that I want to make here. The fighter of our time, everyone will probably agree, is Floyd Mayweather. I think that Terence Crawford is now the fighter of our time. That performance beats Floyd Mayweather at his best at welterweight. I genuinely think that some fans were calling for Terence to try and beat Floyd Mayweather's record, but Terence doesn't see himself fighting that long.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beat Mayweather's record with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
Dimitri Bevell definitely thinks that Crawford is one of the most complete fighters out there right now. Dimitri stated, I would say Crawford is the choice because of his speed, movement, and reflexes. Spence is the bigger guy in the ring, also has great ring IQ, but in my view, Crawford is the most complete fighter of all right now. Teddy Atlas really thinks that Terence would have no trouble with everyone at 154. Teddy stated there does come a ceiling of how far you can move up. He's moved up 3 weight classes already. How many more can he move up? Lomachenko moved up 3, but then he got to his limit. You can see that he can't go past lightweight. He's different. Crawford's got a different body. He's got a different frame. You can put some more mass on him because of how tired and tall he is and how long his arms are. I don't see any fights. Okay, I'll remove the weight for the seconds. I don't see any fighters in that next weight class, and you stated Jamal Charlo as a possibility is as good as him, close to being as good as him. We're capable of beating him, and I don't know that weight will change that. That's my answer. While Teddy Atlas doesn't see anyone at 154 who can beat Crawford. 168 is a much bigger jump, and Terence has been warned about going up to Canelo's weight. Demetrius Andrade is a fan of Crawford, but he doesn't think that he should waltz up to 158. Demetrius stated, that's my boy. He's going to give, though don't come up here and give up. It's a big difference. He's got the skill, but if he's going up to 168, there are skilled fighters up there that are seeing what he's doing, plus we would be able to beat him. Fight Canelo, bro. Get your payday, and try to be great. You know what I'm saying, Canelo is not a natural 168 type guy either. He started off at 147, and he's not a big guy. Terence tried to offer Canelo a fight at catch weight, but Canelo had no interest in putting his body through that weight cut. Canelo stated, I can't go down anymore, like he says when they ask him about Gervonta Davis. It's the same for me. Everybody's going to say he's too small, and nobody's going to give me credit for that. Sean Porter has stated that Canelo is on a very strict diet that he won't break in order to fight Crawford. Sean stated, let me say this, Canelo Alvarez is on a special diet. When you're on a special diet, you may see some cookies and think they look good, but I'm not getting off my diet. He has a plan, a strict routine. He hasn't come over to PBC to fight Charlo and then fight Crawford. He's not about to dibble and dabble in some other stuff. He's on a strict diet, and he's going to follow that plan, and people hope it ends with David Benavidez after Terry's most recent win. Pros couldn't get enough of him, and they think that he's the best man out there. Clarissa Shields tweeted he's a bad man. I love both guys, but everyone knows Crawford did that excellent job. Wow, welcome to the two-weight undisputed club. It's just us. Terence could possibly make history by beating Canelo in a fight.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that.
Time that you know anything about boxing and you've been studying boxing, the biggest fights, the strangest shit be happening, and that fight delivered, and it might have even over-delivered in terms of the expectations. We know that both of those fighters can do that. It's just a matter of where they're going to do it. And Terence Crawford showed why he's #1 in the world.
What kind of fight do you expect at 154 pounds? Do you expect a more competitive fight, or could it be some of the same?
Nobody's beating Bud. Nobody's beating Bud right now. I told him go up and go after Canelo.
Well, as much as Canelo respects Terence after his great win over Errol Spence, Canelo doesn't think that he's beaten anyone else of note. Canelo stated, "Like I always said, I respect Crawford. He's a very skilled fighter, but he just won one big fight. If you see his record, he's just beaten one good boxer. Other than that, I don't think he's beaten other great fighters." Terence Crawford is getting tired of the excuses from other pros and fans, though Terence responded by saying, "Here we go with the I haven't beaten anybody, but Spence talk. LOL, he's also crazy." It's crazy. Well, Terence doesn't care about any of that, and he doesn't care about the weight anymore as he hopes to fight Canelo after Canelo fights Jamil Charlo. Terence stated, "You know Canelo and Jamil boxing. I wanted to fight Jamil next since he was the 154 undisputed champion, but they're going to take him for his belt when the bell rings. I would definitely have to gain weight. I just believe in my skills. Canelo's not a big guy. He's 5'8". He's strong, but as far as height, nah, that wouldn't be anything that we'd have to see. I think it could happen, to be honest. I think that's the biggest fight in boxing if he beats Charlie. I'm ready." Now people think it's all about weight, but I think it's a skill. I've got the power to make anybody respect me. I don't care what your weight is. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.